Hello, my mimics, and welcome back to the Mimic Commentary, episode number 50. I hope that picked up. This is the big 5-0. The big 5-0. Can you believe it? This series started in what? August 2024, and now it's March 2025, and we're 50 episodes deep. And look how far we've gone. We've done all this. We've done all that. We've done a little bit of this. And we done some of that. So that's pretty cool. We're dressed as a page today because we're gonna go check on some noble jars. But first, we're gonna pick up the Resurrection painting. I mentioned earlier that this is probably my favorite painting of the game because it gives us a pretty good clue about some big lore stuff going on. Let's look at it. Work of a wandering artist, reminiscent of a painting titled Resurrection. The painter is said to have captured the landscape seen during the last moments of those who welcomed into death's embrace. The soul of the painter and the vestige dead's last moment can be discovered by visiting the location depicted even now. So if we look at this, we see the minor Erdtree to the left, or to the right of the academy, a gate, and then the academy itself. So if we were going to look, we could tell that there's the minor Erdtree, there's the academy. I don't think we could see the gate because the gate's over there, so the painting must be that away. The interesting thing about this painting, it's called Resurrection, and what do we do with resurrections? Well, resurrection is kind of a sort of a rebirth, a little bit of a rebirth. When we think rebirths, we also think of the Shield of the Guilty too. And this is in a graveyard. I wonder where that graveyard is, and it's looking at the academy. The academy that Renala is supposed to be a caretaker for. I asked in the last video for people to vote, what will we do next? Someone said, level up Vigor. There we go. We leveled up Vigor. And they also said Jarburg. I don't know if this is going to be a Jarburg exclusive episode. It depends on what we find down there. There is a specific item that I think is there that we want. I messed that up. Oh goodness, I didn't think this through. Oh, that's fine. But yeah, there's a specific item in Jarburg that I hope gives us something interesting to talk about. I don't know why I'm choosing to fight this guy, but we're gonna do it. You know, Rick got his revenge in the last episode, and now we're just doing it for fun. Oh, geez. All right. Nothing fun there. One of my failings before with the build is that we were using both Scar Seals, and that, drops your defenses to, practically 0%. So I guess we're just going to skip it for now. This guy is not... this is not a build. This is not a build. Is there anything actually interesting over here? Don't think so. All right, while we go to Jarburg and I check out these surroundings, I have to posit a question for you all. I was thinking that eventually I may put some of the future videos for the Mimic Commentary, dub Season 3, behind a third tier, the what is now named the Mimic tier, which is $5 a month. But I didn't want to do that without getting input from all of you. So if that is too steep of an ask, if you are loving the Mimic Commentary, and I think, what is it, $2.99 right now for these current episodes early access. Remember, these are early access. They'll be coming out public. If the $5 USD is too much of a price increase, and that would be too much for you, and it would make you upset that you wouldn't get to watch these anymore, please shoot me an email, for a bit. I was thinking that when we start working like with Ronnie is when that would happen. Because I don't know, I just feel like the intrigue is going to be crazy there, and I don't know how fast I'm going to get episodes out. So far, all these first 50 episodes will be out by July, I think. So I just wanted to, float that with you all. You let me know. Okay. Interesting thing about that beetle is that it's a magic beetle. That it has magic poop. It's rolling up magic poop behind the this study hall. We don't know it's called the study hall yet, but we know. I don't think we've ever talked about, and I don't know if anyone actually has an answer for this. What is up with the graves coming out of the side of the lands between? To me, I think this place is very meta. We've talked about this before. I don't think we've. Oh shoot! Oh, I didn't die. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh yes, we're okay. All right. Yeah. Why is there graves coming out of the ground like this? Like, who are they marking for? And I think it might be kind of like that meta thing I talked about in episode 48. It makes me think of Bloodborne. And in Bloodborne, that's all a dream. Like, it's literally in a dream plane. We're in Jarburg, everybody. And there's crazy freaking, there's people's houses are blocked off with tombstones in Bloodborne. And most likely because it's like a dream realm. All right. Let's explore Jarburg. Let's pick some flowers. We have all these jars here. Ah, there it is. That's what I was looking for. I don't want to pick that up yet. There it is. That's the first of its kind. And it's at Jarburg. Wow. What could that significance be? That's crazy. Wait, right? That's the first one, right? Yeah, I knew it. Maybe we should talk to this guy first. I don't want to pick up that flower yet. Hey! Oh, Kyra's barking. All right, what else? There's also, I think there is hidden over here. Yeah, there's one hidden Arteria leaf. This one does not respawn. One moment. Puppy barking. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I think that's the only Arteria leaf in Jarburg. All right, let us talk to this little guy. Before we do, this is our first set of, I think probably the only non-aggressive. No, there's some more. There's some more non-aggressive jars. What we know about the jars, let's see. They, from Alexander, this is a warrior jar. He has the dreams of all of the warriors in them. We don't know what these jars are yet. But because of their whimsical nature, I think they might be children. Let's see if we can figure that out.
Hello, Cos. What are you doing here? I didn't think anyone knew about this place. Except us jars. Ah. Are you going to be the new potentate?
I'm no potentate. I'll be your potentate. In case you don't know what potentate means, it is a monarch or ruler, especially an autocratic one. So these jars see this man rolling up, and he thinks, will you be our new leader? Will you lead the jars? Now, he also said he didn't think anyone knew about this place except us jars. It's kind of hidden. The bridge, we haven't looked at it yet, but it's destroyed. I don't think I found Jarburg until like my second playthrough of Elden Ring. I didn't know it was here. Yeah. Oh, he also says Kaz, like C-O-Z. I know it's very common. I don't know if I don't know if this is a George R. R. Martin thing, but I think Jamie says it a ton in a Storm of Swords. And when I heard him say it, I was thinking like, is that like a Jamie reference? But it might not be. I just might be looking too much into it. Oh, you know what's interesting? Look how many fingers he has. He only has 4 fingers. Did we talk about that with Alexander? I don't remember. It's been months.
Gosh. Truly. That's wonderful news. It's not easy being potentate, though. I know. Show me your hands. It's just a little test, cuz. To see if you've got the right stuff. Your skin isn't so smooth.
Got
is it?
calluses for fighting.
You need slick, slidey hands to be potentate, you know? I'm sorry, cuz. But I don't think you've got what it takes. What a shame.
Alright, anything else?
Don't look so glum, cuz. We can still chat. Potentate or not, come back and visit me. When you can.
Alright, we'll make pit stops in Jarburg. Let's scope this place out. We'll pick up that bad boy last. Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's interesting, based on future discoveries within Elden Ring, how this little hidden village with these cracked pots oh, I need to get up there. Is autonomous, it's peaceful. The thing about the little jars being children, this character's name is Jar-Bairn. I don't know if that's like you get his name from... Can I actually get up there without... I don't know if you get his name from finishing his quest and getting the talisman. I don't remember how we know his name. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to retry to get that item. Alright, we'll try and get that item again. But... It's kind of like an interesting... Oh, there's more. Oh, goodness. Alright, I gotta pick everything else up. Little madness flowers. Trina lilies? Oh my god. Another ritual font. Wait, before I pick these all up. I want to get the idea across that these are children, like that these are possibly children. Which is just kind of like interesting to me that like there's a burial practice within the lands between where children are being put into jars. Like, why are children... Like, at what rate are children dying that they need to be put into jars to feed the Erdtree roots? Oh, poor little guy. Is this our... Yeah, okay. Good thing these guys are hidden. They get attacked by poachers. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting that, like, what is causing so many children to die? Is it just like a common thing? Oh, I picked up the Trina lily. Here you go. How were people supposed to get here before? Was this connected? Was this a village for the jars? I don't think so. Most likely jars afterwards. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to discuss Jarburg without discussing the parallel between something in the future. But mimic commentary rules apply. We will not talk about it. Ritual pot? Yes. Okay. So this guy, this warrior jar, he was hanging out with a Trina lily. So Saint Trina's influence is in Jarburg. There's also the Eyes of Yellow, which is interesting that these are here. Eyes of Yellow being grown in lands afflicted by frenzy, used for pain relieving properties. Now, it makes sense, like, gameplay's perspective, so we can get those items, but it's just interesting that they're here, that they're being cultivated here safely. There is no frenzy in this specific town. Alright, let's pick up our Michaela's Lily. Let's pick up both of them. Or maybe should I just leave? Should I leave this one here so we can always look at it? Kyra's harassing the cats. Alright. First, let's look at our Trina's Lily, a light purple water lily that is on the verge of wilting, a symbol of faith in St. Trina, dulls the senses, preventing agitation. And this is shaped exactly the same. But before we start looking at the difference, the Michaela's Lily, or before we start reading them, Michaela's Lily has a little bit more spiraled roots around it. You know, the Trina's Lily, if we compare it to, like, other flowers, let's see. Closer to Grave Violet, further away from Tarnished Sunflowers. Look at the stem. You see how the stem is like... The stem of Michaela's Lily, actually the flower as a whole, looks more material. This looks a lot more ethereal. See what I mean? Like, it's perfectly rounded at the bottom. The edges are smooth. There's no roots going around it. There's no extra leaves. This one has a little I don't know what you would call that, like a bud, like a little flower coming out of the middle of the lily. This one doesn't. And what's also interesting, if you look very closely into the center of like where the lily... She was being good all day. As soon as I start to record, she wants to frustrate the cats. Here's a picture of her I made to symbolize how dastardly she's being. Okay, where was I? Yes, Nicola's lily. We could see like a little flower kind of popping out of the middle. I don't know what you'd call that, a bud. I'm not a flowerologist or whatever they're called. A botanist. I know words. We could see that it's kind of spiraling in the middle, too. Isn't that fun that it's spiraling? The Trina's lily does not have that. Actually, you know what's interesting? You can see that it's kind of cut. You know, the Trina's lily has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of like petals at the top. How many does the Nicola's have? 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one is cut. And then we can see that little spiral bud in the middle. A delicate water lily of unalloyed gold that has started to fade and wilt. This is a light purple water lily that is on the verge of wilting. So these are both water lilies. This one's unalloyed gold, and it's delicate. Nicola is more delicate than St. Trina. And it's also pure gold. This is pure gold. It's unalloyed. So unlike the tarnished golden sunflowers and the Erdleaf flowers, all other gold, this is pure gold, just gold. A flower signifying faith in the Halig tree, thought to be beloved by the Empyrean Nicola in his youth. All right. And it's here with the jars. With the jars. You know, reading specifically, just thinking about unalloyed gold, pure gold, it makes me think of another place where we get something in the future, my prophetic powers, another place that looks like this, and something that talks about the something of gold without something. So just think about that, and that makes me think of unalloyed gold, the pure. A flower signifying faith in the Halig tree. Now we have come to Halig, we have the Halig Drake talisman, Halig meaning holy. So flower signifying faith in the holy tree, as opposed to the Erd tree. All right, this one, what does that say about the Erd tree versus the Halig tree? That the Halig tree is more holy than the Erd tree? Especially if it's tied to unalloyed gold. The Erd tree is not pure gold. There's something else there, which would make sense because from our seeds, we learn that it's illusory in some way. So the Halig tree is it is what you get. Everything you see is what you get. The Erd tree, it's not. Hindsight's 2020. Thought to be beloved by the Empyrean Nicola in his youth. In his youth. Okay, so Nicola is not young anymore. He's no longer young, but when he was young, it was beloved by him. This is also, I think, is this our first mention of Empyrean? Let me check a bewitching branch. Does that say Empyrean? The tree branch blessed with the incantation of unalloyed gold. So this is blessed with pure gold. Okay, so this is our second time hearing Empyrean. The Empyrean Nicola is loved by many people. Indeed, he has learned very well how to compel such affection. And it looks like, so unalloyed gold allows people to become compelled with affection, with kind of like a mind control sort of ordeal. Switches enemies to allies. And flower signifying faith in the Halig tree, thought to be beloved by the... So unalloyed gold, this pure gold, looks like it has the power of love. Unalloyed gold has the power of love. Yeah, we're going to keep that there. We'll keep that one there. Let's see if Kaz has anything else to say.
Don't look so... We can still come back and visit.
Okay. Yeah, we'll come back and visit. So I guess and they're in the same spot. They look the same. Now I guess we have to start thinking, if the flowers look the same, what does that mean for St. Trina and Nicola? At the very beginning of the game, we died chasing nascent butterflies. And we were thinking, well, the nascent butterflies might be Trina's butterflies. The nascent butterflies are called... Where are they? They have translucent wings, appear to just emerge from the cocoon for its entire life. Now, when I look at these butterflies, they remind me more of Trina's lilies than they do of Miquella's lilies because of that nascent, translucent quality. So far, I'm still as Mimic commentary, I'm leaning towards Torrent and the butterflies kind of being St. Trina's thing. Don't really have a thought on Miquella yet. Not really thinking Miquella yet, even though we got the new lilies. Hope that makes sense. Oh, I didn't know there was graves back here. Or did I? I don't remember. And this place has stone coffins. Oh, gosh. Now this is getting me thinking. Does the locations of the stone coffin... How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, that doesn't mean anything. I was trying to think, like, if it's here, like, what does that mean for everything else? All right, episode 50 is off to a wild start. You know, it's hard. It's hard to. I gotta get that item. You know, it's hard to. It's hard to kind of like do some of the theorizing sometimes because we want to make sure that we're not using too much prophetic power. But what's interesting, actually, I guess we could do some speculation. The jars there have faith in the Malleable Erdtree. And they're also hunted for their magical properties, so they're not safe. So this is a hideaway place. Miquella can compel affection. So far, we don't know much about Miquella other than that Malenia is his blade, and Malenia went to go fight Radahn at the end of the Shattering. Oh, please, no. Oh, agony. So Miquella is not allied with Radahn, not allied with Godric. Has pure gold that can compel love. And our first place of finding it, we found the bewitching branches near the prophecy painting, and we started with bewitching branches from outside of the lands between. So Miquella has influence outside of the lands between. Compared to the other demigods, he's the only one with outside influence because we had that was the only keepsake that we could get with a demigod's name attached to it. So Miquella is the only demigod with influence outside of the lands between. I didn't think Torrent was going to turn around right, so I had to do a little relaxy-taxi on there. Oh, that was good. And this is a hidden spot. Faith in the Malleable Erdtree. So these guys must know. They know. These are... I picked up the lily. I didn't want to. Oh, well. These guys are... I guess they follow the faith of St. Trina and Miquella. So I guess there could be overlap in St. Trina and Miquella in the belief in them. I have to see if we can find any more that are close together. I guess since I died, I could talk to little jar boy.
Oh, hello again, cuz. I'm happy you came back. I have good tidings for you, cuz. Have you noticed the rare flowers growing in this village?
I've already picked them.
I asked the villagers if you could pick some of them, and they said you'd be very welcome.
That's awesome.
Go on, cuz. You really should pick some of our flowers. Who knows? They might be of some use. Go on, cuz. You really should pick some of our flowers. Who knows? They might be of some use.
All right, these jars are very kind. Not attacking us, they're going to let us pick the flowers. Here's a fun thing. You might not know this. There's something I'm looking for. There's a big jar somewhere. Isn't there a jar here that I could stand on? Jar-Bairn has cut dialogue. Oh, this one right here. So this right here. Jar-Bairn has cut dialogue where he says, "You know the huge vase at the center of our village? If you plant lovely flower seeds inside the big vase, those flowers will bloom all through the village." So there was going to be a mechanic where you could plant seeds, and then that would be how you got different flower seeds. So that's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun. All right, so I think since Jarburg was a little fun, a little interesting, kind of a wash right now. You know, we got our Mikkel lily, and we learned a little bit about Mikkel, but like not too much. Like, you know, Mikkel, he's an interesting character. It's going to take us some time to really try and integrate who this guy is, and what is he doing. You know, everything that Malenia does. You know, it could actually, if we think about it, the reason why there are Mikkela's lilies here is because of Malenia's army marching through. So maybe someone from Malenia's army stopped here with the jars. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Could explain why they're there. You know, we don't, but it seems like a secretive fate. Like, the Erdtree is the main tree. Okay, there's the sun. There it is. The Erdtree is the main tree. So faith in the Halic tree, is that an opposing, like, religion? Is that something that, you know, would cause issue for Erdtree worshippers? You know, let's make it page central here. That's something to think about. And who worships the Halic tree? Is it all jars, or is it just some of the jars? Can anybody worship them? All right, we're getting a new type of camp here. Before we fight these guys, let's look at them. They have a crown of thorns, and we know about thorns from the ancient thorn design. Boost fire damage negation. That's good because there's fire all over the place. And the thorns are the briars of sin. Let's take a look at this thing. This looks like a big thorny sword to me. How did they place this here? But it seems like a signifier for whoever these people are. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's thorns wrapped all around them and their eyes. It looks like their lips are peeled back. Then that guy, he's got a one-eyed monster on his chest. All right, let's see what type of attacks they do. All right, Paige, let's see it happen. I don't think they're gonna do it. I wanted some Briars of Sin action. Is there any symbols on their top of these red? No. No, there's not. All right. Who are these guys and where are they standing camp up here? Which side are they on? They don't look like a military force. Except for, like, he's the most fearsome of them all. Let's see. Can you do any extra attacks? His mace is flames, one-eyed monster on his chest, and then oh geez. His, that fire sigil, very similar to the two-finger sigil. Like, look at the center here. See the two lines? Let's see if he'll do it again. I want to see if he'll do that fire attack again. Maybe not. There it is. So 2 circles. Or is that 2 or 3? I think it was 2. Alright, any items for us? No. I could farm these. Maybe I should farm these guys. Another time. We'll farm another time. I don't know if you noticed this. All these sconces, their heads. Fire spur me. So let's see. Let me look at this. kind of like the beating of a heart. Maybe the religious symbolism here is like the fire in your heart. You can also actually see there, it looks like a third eye at the top here, like right there. All right, fire cleanse me. One of the incantations of fire monks. All right, now we know these are fire monks. Creates a fire within that burns away toxins. Oh, you could see it. The fire, he's doing that. The fire cleanse me is doing fire spurs me. He's hitting his chest with the flame. And I guess that's, yeah, the fire within. This incantation leaves the caster with subtle burns, a reminder that they must fear the flame. That makes sense for a place that's kind of controlled by a big tree. Because trees don't like fire. All right, so what are the fire monks doing down here? What are the fire monks doing in Liurnia? Whose side are they on in the Shattering War? Or are they not on anyone's side? Well, we'll actually get an answer at that. We found these, like that thing right there. We found those things destroyed right here. But we don't know which side they were destroyed on. Like, were they fighting with the Academy or against the Academy? Or can anybody have these things? So we have one guy piloting this. And let's look at the front. And he's got a cannon. Oh, he's got his eyes, too. Is there a sigil on the front there? What's that sigil? Oh, a bird. Makes me think, is this any relation to the Stormhawks? Because that bird. Come on, buddy. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my God. No, please, I cannot die to this thing. No, that would be so embarrassing. That'd be so embarrassing. It won't give me the backstab. What's going on here? Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna die to the frickin' fire monks. Also, we don't know if these guys are monks yet. They don't look like monks. Oh my goodness. Hardcore gameplay. Really coming in hot. We're really... Oh, cool. Friendly fire. Okay. Fire Blossom. Hell yeah. This... I just like... Oh, goodness gracious. Alright. Let's look at our Fire Blossoms. Actually, let's look at the all side by side. So we were talking before how Erdleaf seems to have a malleable property where it could turn into Poison Bloom, but now we have a half-ashen and smoldering flower that blooms on the mountaintops of the giants, fertilized by the sparks from the forge at the peak where burns the flame of ruin. So there's our prophecy coming in, but here this is very interesting. How malleable the Erdtree is. Wait, is someone looking at me? A slug. Let me clear this place out so I can talk about Okay, sorry. How malleable the Erdtree is, because we were already talking. I think we've talked about how, you know, the herba is giving off faint light. Mushrooms are used in so much cooking. We have Fergal Bloom, which is like lightning hits the land, and then the grass turns into lightning. If there's blood in the land, they turn into blood roses. But this one's the most interesting with the Erdleaf flower. It's fed by the leaves from the Erdtree since in days of antiquity. So leaves from the Erdtree would fall. And then they would bloom into flowers. If they bloomed in poisonous lands, they would secrete poisonous toxins, like the Miranda flowers. Oh my goodness. Please let me talk about flowers. I want to talk about fictional flowers. But here, they're fertilized by sparks of the forge. So the leaves fall into the mountaintops, where the forge at the peak where burns the flame of ruin is, the mountaintops of the giants. And it turns into a half-ashen and smoldering flower. That is so interesting. That The flower is smoldering because it was fertilized with fire. That is how malleable this thing is. Like, fire doesn't even seem like it is that terrible for the Erdtree when you think of something like that. Like, you can poison the tree, and it'll just be a poisonous tree. You can burn the tree, and now it's a fire tree. That's kind of what I'm seeing with it. Because, look, same exact thing. We also learn now that the fire monks, that guy is probably part of them, they come from the mountaintops of the giants. And our first thing that we know about giants is, I think, from the Roar Medallion. In ancient times, the giants were mortal enemies of the Erdtree. Their bellowing roars desolated nature, triggered avalanches, and whipped up storms of flame. So, I guess fire is bad for the tree. But maybe it's only bad for the tree because it changes the tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, you burn the tree, and it's not that the tree is dead. It's just that now the tree is going to change. Where should we go? You know, this episode, maybe we should go up. You know, this episode, I feel like this episode, I think this episode, you know, this is kind of like a slow roll. You know, we're not getting a lot of lore from this episode, but we're moving forward. So I think we're just gonna go up here. Yeah, toot your horns, guys. We're gonna go up here, and we're gonna go to this spot, and we'll save it for next episode. We'll have a special episode. You know, so I want to say, sometimes I feel like, oh man, what a waste of, I just wasted 40 minutes of people's time because I didn't have interesting things to talk about. But sometimes it happens that way. You know, these are all building blocks for learning about this world. So this episode, a little short one. I mean, I say it's short, it's 40 minutes. But next time, holy goodness. Wow. Okay. Next time, we're going to have a jam-packed episode. We're going to have a lot to talk about just up here. Then, let's see. Let me set up my things. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do this place. Then we're going to do this place. Then we're going to do this place. And then we will do this and that. I think, yeah. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's the game plan. And then we can go. Because we're going to have a lot. That building right there might be freaking 3 episodes. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. This one felt like a dud for me. I didn't feel like I was on my A game for this one. Send me an email if you have any issues with price increase for future episodes. I'm flexible. If somebody says please don't do that, I probably won't. But I would also like money for my hard work. My hard work of just talking by myself. Oh goodness. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode, this silly episode, where we picked some flowers. we made it from here to here all in 40 minutes. All right, awesome. You know the drill. Let's do the thing.